Hi, hi, welcome. I haven't recorded one of these in a while, like a week. It feels like a long time, and I was just waiting without forcing. I was waiting for that moment when I felt completely ready, and I had such a really busy 2 weeks, kind of mentally, even a little emotionally, especially physically exhausting. And I was in bed super early each night, just trying to take care of myself, getting through the daily commitments without pushing like my old self would do, because I'm a recovering workaholic. And I'm like, oh, the feeling returned, like the extra energy to put forth into the intuitive practices. So thanks for being patient. If you were wondering where the videos were, and yeah, just thank you. It was a good reminder. Like, I even made time for a lot of meditation and reading. All those extra things I had let kind of slip by the wayside, and so it was like a whoosh, coming back around, to just feeling kind of like, that feeling, maybe it's relevant to today's reading, I don't know, that when you're just constantly looking outward at planning and doing the next thing and doing what you think you should be doing and filling up your day and staying busy and doing the laundry, all the things, and then without really stopping to say, wait a minute, does anything really need to get done? Does there need to be doing right now? Efforting, doing? Can't we just exist and see what happens? Hey, the world still went on. In fact, everything happened exactly when it was gonna happen. And it did happen, and it was fine. Not talking about this, but everything else. I just also let other things sort of like fall by the wayside. Then I'm like, yeah, I don't feel like doing that right now. And I didn't do it, and it was fine. So it was one of those weeks, and it was beautiful. Even though these last couple weeks were exhausting. So physically, I did a lot of massage work, and it was Teacher Appreciation Week and Nurses Appreciation Week. So I did 3 chair massage events. I also filled in at the bar, and I'm like, wait a minute, I haven't stayed up past like 9 p.m. in so long. How am I going to make it till 2 a.m. bartending? Like, how is that possible? And I did it, and then I had to recover big time. And then we had a couple graduation ceremonies and for the kids, and it's just been a lot. And what's funny is the old me would have been like, oh, that's nothing. We just do all the things and don't think about how much effort you're exerting. But it's like, yeah, I took time to realize, wow, that's a lot of efforting. And it's okay to rest. So yeah, thanks for listening. That was my little recap. I don't know why I'm starting with that. I want to start with those. I want to start with these. So the other thing I also didn't get done was swapping out this camera, because there's like very little space here, but that's okay. That'll get done when it gets done. So what we're going to do is pull a few overall energy cards, and we're just going to do something real simple, just to ease back into this and see what message wants to come through. So first we'll start with this. It says heartbroken. Heartbroken. Let's see what that has to do with anything. I'm going to pull a few of these overalls and see how it relates. So heartbroken energy. Heartbroken could be anything. It doesn't have to be a love relationship. It could just be a general feeling of, the heart hurts for whatever reason. Doesn't even have to have a reason. Isolation. Isolation is the feeling of being disconnected from others or the world, causing feelings of loneliness and exclusion. Isolation reminds you that solitude is also a part of self-healing and self-discovery. Let go of isolation, seek inner connection, and restore harmony with the outer world. I think these are related. It can feel hard. Yeah, these feelings can feel very much intertwined. And then lastly, we have no debate. You don't need to do anything to be more worthy. You are valuable regardless of your circumstances. You always have been and always will be. It's not up for debate. I love that. This feels like a self-care reading, big time. So we'll see. We'll see. Let's put these away. Get in there. Okay. So now, gosh, I haven't done this in a while. Did I even turn on my microphone? Yes. Whew, good. And I think my lighting's weird. I'm very orange. That's okay. All right. Six of Cups. This does feel like a little tenderness in this reading. And the Two of Wands. I'm just going to stop and pause there a moment, because there's a lot of feelings here. This does feel like isolation. It does feel like childhood wound, because we have the Six of Cups. That tends to go, to me, that points back farther in time, not just recent past, but like when our younger selves were wounded, like the first wounds of childhood, whatever that looked like for you. And the Two of Wands is here to say we're being called out of that woundedness. But it means not out, but through. It's like we've got to go through it. It's like, yeah, yep, through. It's interesting. This is depicted with two doorways. It's interesting. It's like, maybe it's a choice. Are we going to stay wounded? Are we just going to choose to be okay with that? Stay isolated? It's the discomfort that we know versus the discomfort we don't know. When you go through something to heal it, you go through it, don't we? It tends to get a little, it's going to feel worse before it feels better usually. But honestly, the worst feeling a lot of times is kind of that good pain. I think of like in massage, we got, it hurts good, so keep doing it. So it's like, it's working. And so it feels good to cry all the cries and like curl up in a ball and just give yourself that time. And I feel like that's what this reading's about. It's self-care time. Give yourself the time. You can remain isolated a little bit longer to heal this child wound. Give your child self what it needs, what it never received back then. What did you not receive back then that is being called for now? So it's time. I'm trying to see, where do I want to go from here? Let's go ahead and take these. Let's go a little deeper. What are we supposed to learn from this? Two of Wands is like, it's calling us to get a little uncomfortable, go into the unknown a little bit in order to heal this old wound. So let's see, what are we going to learn? We have the King of Pentacles. Ooh, the Wheel of Fortune and the Six of Swords. Well, it's definitely time, because with these doors, it's time. If we walk through this door, let's say this one, barely see it. If we walk through this door, we're going to start to heal. And now's the time. If we go through this other door, we just keep going on the Wheel of Fortune round and round, and we go through our old patterns, our old cycles. Nothing really changes. We just keep doing life, but we keep repeating old patterns that honestly we're probably very tired of repeating already, which is why we're here, why this energy showed up in the cards today. And then we have the King of Pentacles is, I want to clarify this further, because I wonder if this is Another energy that's being called for right now. I understand the Six of Swords. That's a healing journey. That says we're going for it. I wonder if this being the door on the right, we're going for it, and this door on the left, we're kind of staying comfortable in our daily life. Things might look good on the surface. King of Pentacles looks pretty good on the surface. Sometimes he can just be a little dug in, little heels dug in. He does good work, cares for his people, has his family, has a certain amount of material contentment, comfort, and that's why he's like pretty comfortable. And I think that's why he's here to say if we go through the door on the left, which means to not go through any door at all. We're going to keep going around this Wheel of Fortune. I just love how these showed up like this with the two doors. It's very interesting. The Six of Cups with the Six of Swords, both sixes, both healing cards. Okay, let's see. Tell me more. Let's go. Whoops, flipped these. Take me down another layer. Ooh, we have the Ten of Swords. That's what happens if we go through the door on the left. Just keep going around, culminating in the ultimate, just, ugh. The Ten of Swords is just, well, look at it. That's not a good place to be. It does eventually lead to a place of ultimate fed upness, like you just get so frustrated with repeating old patterns that ultimately you walk through the door on the right again, but it's not the same door as if you enter it now versus 10 years from now. It's going to look like a different journey, and the stakes are probably bigger, the discomfort larger. There's more actual stuff piled on to strip away in the healing process. So go through it now. Ooh, and then we have the Knight of Cups saying if we do go through it, this is that first step in heart opening. This is sometimes they call it the romantic gesture card, which to me, when we're talking about isolation and this, where we've been in this heartbrokenness and isolation and kind of our cut off feeling from true connection, this is the first step toward connection. I think that's why they call it the romantic gesture card, is because we're extending that heart connection outward versus staying isolated. And all the chills. I just love how literal these cards are laying out. Let's get one more here. And now we have the Page of Pentacles. This is a messenger to say, whatever door you go through, there is a fresh start eventually. Even with this door on the left, like we talked about, there is a fresh start. But this is a fresh start no matter which door you go through. So what I'd like to do now is, let's pretend we're going through the door on the right. We're starting the healing journey now. And I want to push pause and take a photo before I swipe all this away, just so you have it, and then we'll go a layer deeper. BRB. Okay, welcome back. So I chose the Wild Unknown Tarot for our deep dive. Let's go deeper. This feels like, from what we saw in the overall energy and these types of healing cards that are coming out, and it's about to get a little uncomfortable. It feels like that self-worth wound from childhood, because those self-worth wounds go way back, usually, don't they? They carry forward and just play out in different ways in our lives. But this, I was reminded, you don't need to do anything to be more worthy. You are valuable regardless. You have always been and always will be. It's not up for debate, because we're born with full worth. We have full worth always. It's just stuff gets in the way. Those old wounds just make us have this false perception that we're less worthy. So what are we supposed to learn about this? What's our healing journey look like? I kind of wanna, I'm trying to see what spread we want to do. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Interesting. Although you won't be able to see some of these. Do I want to go one more layer? I was going to. I just wish you could see them. I'll describe them when I get there. I wanted to do a 9-card spread. I might have to turn these. Let's just turn them. That way you can see them all. All right. So, now I'm going to turn my head. I'm just going to do a little past, present, future energy here. So we have the Father, or the King of Wands, Temperance, and the 5 of Cups. So if this is about, like, if we think about the undercurrent in the past has been one of grief, loss, sadness, that makes sense for this isolation and self-worth. Like if we've been isolating due to self-worth wounds, that makes a lot of sense. In the and that's the undercurrent or the subconscious, whatever you want to call it. And then in reality, like in our everyday life, we have Temperance, which feels like you've been trying to find where you fit in, kind of like your middle path, your road, what is your journey. It's like your moderation. It's like bouncing between the extremes, because do you really know who you are? Because it feels like the self-worth wound has led to a little bit of like trying to fit in and never truly feeling like you fit in because you haven't felt your authentic self. That's what it feels like. And then in your conscious thoughts, it almost feels like those not emotional, but like these bursts of energy where it's like you kind of burn up, or it's like extremism again. It's like bouncing between those extremes, whatever they are, highs and lows, introversion, extroversion, all like, again, all in the name of trying to find out who you are, what feels good to you. But it has this like all-consuming fiery energy of exhaustion. It feels like exhaustion. It's like that's in the conscious thoughts. Like you actually feel that exhaustion. You recognize it as exhaustion, which makes sense. So that's all the past energy. That's what's led up to today. In the current energy, right, in our current reality here is the 7 of Wands. And it does feel like that's why this reading is here, is because you're in your trying to tune out all of the noise, trying to get to the heart of this. Like what are you working on? What is this healing that you're doing? And it feels like you're in a very good place of tuning out the noise. That's the 7 of Wands, going into your protective bubble. In the undercurrent here in the present, we have the Magician. It almost feels like you're becoming different. It's not just finding out who you've always been. It's like, I want to be intentional about who I'm becoming. And then in the conscious thoughts, we have the 10 of Wands. It feels pretty hard right now, like you've been carrying a heavy burden. It feels like it's almost like you recognize that burn up kind of energy for what it is, And you feel the exhaustion of that, the weight of, not the weight, it just feels like that all-consuming exhaustion of like, it's exhausting being inauthentic, isn't it? It's exhausting wearing masks. It's exhausting trying to fit in and people please. And it's just all of that kind of energy is just exhausting. So, but now you're going into that protective bubble. You're conserving your energy. You're doing the work. You're tuning out the noise. In the future, what we have in the undercurrent or the subconscious, we have the Three of Cups, which is togetherness, harmony, celebration, coming together, coming out of isolation. And this says leave isolation behind, and that's exactly what you're doing. That's the undercurrent from here on out. You've gone through this door on the right. You've gone through the door of healing into that discomfort. And when you're on the other side, it's beautiful. You're in connection with others, and more importantly, with yourself. In your everyday energy, in your reality, you have the Six of Wands, which is like the card of being recognized for who you really are and feeling really good about it, feeling your authenticity. And look, you have the butterfly. What a beautiful image for undergoing this complete transformation. And then you have the Queen of Wands in the conscious thoughts. This is your other, you've got the two big manifestor energies, divine masculine, divine feminine, right here in your spread. So again, you're being very intentional about where you put that energy from now on. Where here we have the King of Wands, now you have the Queen of Wands. The King of Wands has that, like, just burn it up. I'm going to put all my energy in one direction, and then, but it's been all consuming. Now you're very intentional. Notice how he's up and ready to strike in this one. Look at her. She's like protecting what she cares about. She's very nurturing. Oh my God, that's amazing. We got this because this is, her superpower is self-worth, belief in herself. That's amazing. I just realized that. And if this is a self-worth reading, here you are at the end of this journey of healing, realizing your self-worth. That's where you're putting your intention. You're becoming your authentic self through intentional acts, day in, day out, and building your self-worth from the inside out. I also love the snake imagery of shedding old skin to become to become your bigger self. Snakes can only grow if they shed the old skin that's kept them bound up, right? So anyway, this is beautiful energy. What I take away is the message here with this story arc is right here in the heart of the spread. This is the important piece of walking through that door, is protecting your energy, tuning out the noise. When I say that, I mean the distractions of what's kept you from doing this up till now. Yeah. So tune out the distractions. You're getting down to business. Now, what does that look like for you? Building your self-worth. It's really getting, well, first of all, I think it takes getting honest with ourselves about what detracted from our self-worth in the first place. It might be looking back in time. The Six of Cups is usually a card that says, it's time to go back in time and talk to your younger self. What did your younger self need to hear that it didn't get to hear? You know, why did it throw up those walls in the first place? How are you going to take the walls down? Through acceptance. Say it's okay that they're there. They served a purpose. It's okay they come down. Now you're safe. You are loved. You are worthy. You can be your authentic self with other people. And the ones who accept you for that, they're your people. And the ones who don't, they're on their own journey. That's none of your business. So I'm going to I want to get an oracle message. And I don't know. I feel like this was called to me right away. Sacred self-care. You're in your self-care bubble. Let's get a message from the sacred self-care. This feels like a very tender, very beautiful time of transformation from the inside out. Like you're becoming your authentic self, and which really just means letting yourself shine by removing those masks, the people pleasing, the stuff that never fit anyway when you tried it on for size. This feels like you've tried a lot on for size over your lifetime and nothing quite fit right. Well, throw all those clothes away, get some new clothes that fit, that are comfy. Okay. Connect with the earth. Oh, look at this imagery. I love this artwork. That camera, not so much. Okay, 13. I love that the word connect is in there. That's pretty funny for a healing isolation and disconnection energy. We're healing it by connecting. The mantra says, I am one with the earth. Immerse yourself in Mother Nature's medicine by walking on the grass, feeling her raindrops touching the snow, swimming in her waters, or sniffing her flowers. Spending time outdoors is wonderful for your body, mind, and spirit, so get outside. Take a hike at sunrise or sunset. Head to the beach for the day. Go on a bike ride or work in your garden. Just get some air and be grateful for all that nature provides for us. If there's an unexplored outdoor activity that you feel a connection with, think about how you can manifest that experience. Do what you can to get outside for at least 15 minutes every day so you can enjoy the fresh air and tune into the beauty of your natural surroundings. I don't think I've been outside for 15 minutes today. It was very rainy. And that's not long, is it? It's doable. Journal prompt. What local nature spot have you meant to go to but have not yet made the time to visit? What has been holding you back? I love that because it's like it's like just going to the park and sitting on a bench and just like looking around. Why don't we do that? Maybe you do. Maybe it's just me. I should do more of that. But yeah, coming into connection, that's some really good self-care. Just like being with yourself in nature is so healing. Oh, well, thank you for being here. Reach out if you want to go deeper in this or if you want to do a one-on-one reading. And yeah, all the best on going through this door on the right. Bye.